Liz Logelin, Matthew Logelin's wife, dies following a pulmonary embolism and an unexpected early cesarean section delivery of their daughter. He'll be there, along with his best pals Jordan and Oscar, his mother Anna, and Liz's parents Marion and Mike, during her funeral. Matt is now the only parent of Maddie, his infant daughter. Marion tries to persuade Matt to return to Minnesota so Maddie may be closer to her grandparents, but he insists on sticking in Boston, where he has a nice position at a tech firm. Taking care of Maddie throughout the first few months is difficult, especially after both Matt and Liz's parents have returned home. He does, however, manage to raise her on his own. He has to bring Maddie to work on occasion, which causes some friction with his boss Howard, but this too is quickly resolved. Maddie, who is roughly 5 years old, is enrolled in a private school after a few years. Matthew takes Maddie to the park for a birthday party, where he meets a woman named Lizzie, who is there to set them up by Oscar and his wife Rose. Matt and Lizzie eventually agree to go out and have a wonderful time. Matt introduces Maddie to Lizzie, and the two hit it off right away. The boys mock Maddie about her outfit at school. She leaps to tackle one of them, but her forehead is gashed open. The school makes an attempt to contact Matt, but he checks his phone and rushes to the hospital. He tries to remove Maddie from the situation, but they insist that she requires sutures. Matt first refuses, because it is the same hospital where Liz died, and he does not trust the doctors, but he gives in and allows them to work. Matt ends his relationship with Lizzie because he feels he has mistreated Maddie. Howard informs Matt at work that he wants to send him to Croatia to work. He takes Maddie to her grandparents' house to spend time with them. Marion wants Maddie to stay with them long-term, which Maddie appears to be more amenable to. Marion makes him feel like he's making too many mistakes with her on his own, so he tries to convince Maddie to go, despite her want to stay with Liz's parents. Matt suddenly realizes that he isn't making Maddie happy, so he offers to let her stay for the time being. While Maddie is sleeping, he reveals his concerns about raising her alone. Matt returns home alone, and Howard informs him at work that he is retiring and recommends him for his previous position. He is grateful, despite the fact that this means he will see Maddie even less. Jordan and Oscar can see how her absence is affecting Matt's mood. He discovers Liz's necklace that Maddie had been urgently hunting for earlier while going through her room. When Matt and Oscar arrive at the airport for the job in Croatia, he can't stop thinking about Maddie and decides to cancel the trip to see her. She offers her father a hug, and he hands her the necklace. When it's time to leave, he says his goodbyes to Marion and Mike, the latter crying as she recalls how happy Matt made Liz. After that, Matt and Maddie head to Lizzie's, where he apologizes. She forgives him and agrees to go out for ice cream with him and Maddie. During the credits, Matt returns Maddie to school, where she is permitted to wear jeans, and he dresses up in a skirt to cheer her up.